Marsh almost had the home run, but what have you thought of his quality with that bats the last week or so?
They're getting better, and they're going to continue to get better. This kid's really good. He's going to continue to improve this year into next and beyond that. There's everything to like about him. His whole game is to be liked. Defense, arm, speed, hitting with power. Now he's incorporating the bunt, stealing a base. There's really nothing about his game that you would not like. If that makes any sense. So just it's a patient process with him. He got out of some. The biggest thing is early on here he's gotten out of his plate discipline. It's gotten really erratic, and all of a sudden he's getting it back. As long as he maintains his plate discipline, he's going to be a very, very good hitter.
And do you guys have a roster move today?
We did.
Yeah. So I just texted it to you guys, but Patrick Sandoval placed on the 10-day IL with a left lumbar spine stress reaction. Slegers recalled, Hoyt optioned, Wantz recalled. So Sandoval 10-day IL, left lumbar spine stress reaction. Slegers recalled, Hoyt optioned, Wantz recalled.
There you have it.
Okay. What can you tell us about, what do you know about Sandoval's injury?
I don't. I mean, it's this lower back issue. Had been bothering him a bit after this last start. And because of that, obviously more testing was done. We have to shut him down for now. That's what I know. It really came out of nowhere for us. It's an unusual injury, not unlike Griffin Canning's injury, very unusual. So we're just still trying to collect information.
So any chances could be season ending or anything like that, or is it possible?
There's a chance, yes.
That's all I got. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome, buddy.
Go ahead, JP.
Hey, JP.
You're muted, JP.
Sorry about that. Got to get my tweet in.
No, you
Joe,
don't.
Joe, going back to Marshy for a bit, his batting average when he puts the ball in play is really high. I assume, that's not too much of a surprise given his speed. You mentioned him getting his plate discipline back. Is there also an element of him sacrificing some power for contact in his approach?
He hits the ball hard. That base hit up the middle the other day, I think it was at home, was really well struck, like a low line drive up the middle. You saw the ball hit yesterday. He's hit some line drives to left field. I think this guy's going to hit the ball hard, and it's kind of an effortless hard. He's not like a muscle kind of a swinger. He's kind of got a looseness about him. So I think you're going to see him make some really hard contact. I think he's also going to be able to take advantage of balls that aren't struck so well with his speed. And now you saw the bunt the other day. So all these things are going to conspire to make him a really good hitter. But I think he's going to hit the ball very hard. He's got great hands, a loose end of the bat, meaning like this, it's kind of whippy. And I think he's going to keep getting better.
I also wanted to dive in a little bit on your starting rotation, because you started out with a 6-man rotation. And you've done a really good job sticking with that, even going to the 7-man rotation for a bit there. Just going back to the beginning, was the decision to use the 6-man rotation predicated on Shohei trying to keep him in turn, or was there something else to it?
Yeah, that's part of it. But my thought process, and I talked to Perry a lot about it in the offseason, I thought it might be easier to find 6 guys that we liked than 5. Meaning that if you spread out 6 starters that are really competent starters, and maybe not 1s and 2s, you would have a better chance of keeping them healthy and making them feel stronger on the day that they pitched. That's what I meant. And that's what we've kind of done. And it's expanded. Suarez has gotten better. Sandy's gotten better. We lost some guys to the bullpen, Quintana, and then, of course, Bundy, but he came back. It just illustrates you need more than 5. But I still believe, I think it might become more popular moving forward, that you're going to have 6 for the reasons I stated. I think it should potentially keep them well longer and stronger longer. I think they're interconnected. So where in the past, you always, the old school would praise or want 4 starting guys. Man, if you could get 4 guys who could carry that many innings and show up all the time, God bless them. But then it's 5. 5 is the popular number. But Unless you go out and pay a lot of money, you might not like get 5 that you like, but you might get 6 that you like by spreading the workload out. And I think that's what we've done.
Is it easier to do that because so many of your starters are on the younger side, not a bunch of veteran guys who are accustomed to a certain routine?
Yes, it has something to do with it, although the veterans have adapted well this year. Alex Cobb is another example that I think benefited from that method. Like I said, Q and Bundy met with some struggles, but I still think they're able to benefit from this in spite of the fact that they've been doing it for a while. I think you would run into the most issues with signing a legitimate number one, a guy that still has like number one cachet or number two cachet, that would want to pitch on a more consistent basis and are capable of pitching on a more consistent basis. That's the part that may cause it to become tricky. But I agree with you. I think having the group that we have makes it somewhat more easy. And the other part of it is the year after a COVID season where innings were dramatically restricted for a lot of people. And so I think going into this year, guys are amenable to the idea or the thought that I really just shouldn't throw as much as I did on a normal year 2 years ago, because I had this one hurdle that we've all had to jump in order to get to this point, which then really could be problematic if it gets to be too heavy. So I think it was an easy sell this year.
Last one for me. Who is your starting pitcher tomorrow?
Jose Quintana.
Got it. Thank you, Joe.
Got it, buddy.
Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Joe. I guess just off that, with Quintana going back, obviously it's because of a need, but what was kind of the decision there, and what do you kind of want to see from him if this is a more longer term, opportunity for him?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was a need, no question. And Q has done everything we've asked him to do. We've given him some opportunities out of the bullpen. For the most part, it's done really well. He has this guy's workout routine is among the best I've ever seen. So he's physically ready to do it. It's something he wanted to do again. So all those factors are in place. What's he going to be able to do? Number of pitches? I don't know. Like I said, I'll just watch that. Of course, he's not going to be out there like 110 pitches, but I'll just watch him. We'll watch him and see where he's at, because he is that strong. So he's very excited about it. The part about it is to, again, just being around these guys, he's earned this opportunity to get another opportunity by just who he is and how he does his work and the impact he's had in this clubhouse. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm excited to watch.
And then, obviously, thanks to Rhett for being out there in Detroit. It looked like Mike Trout is doing something today. How did he feel after yesterday? And is it positive news that he's back out there working today?
Of course it is. He did work yesterday. He's working again today. We're still diligently trying, or he's trying to get to the point where we could actually take pencil to paper and fill in some kind of rehab assignment. We're not there yet, but he's definitely doing all the right things that hopefully get us to that point. And when that happens, I promise you guys will be the first ones to know.
Rehab assignment. Everyone's kind of been waiting on that. Do you have something in your mind that says, could it be end of this month or 1 week? I mean, is there anything that you guys are even thinking of or targeting?
No, this will purely be the result of his work. Eventually his work, I feel good, talks to the trainers. Okay, that looks good to me. And then they'll come into the office and we'll sit down, we'll write up the schedule, and here we'll go. But I don't know when that's going to occur. I'm just like the encouragement of what he's doing. And, but there's been no meeting set up right now to discuss when he's going to go out.
Looked like Jose Marte was with you guys.
Yep.
On the taxi squad. Obviously he was part of that trade, started in AA, AAA. What do you kind of make of what he's done? I know like that's probably also part of the need of getting somebody else there, but he impressed you guys?
He has. I haven't seen him myself, but Perry has been raving about him. We feel as a big get having him in the organization right now. I met him for the first time upstairs earlier. He's on the squad, the taxi squad right now. I will see how it all plays out, but I've heard nothing but good, not only about his arm, but his ability to throw strikes. And
then just last one, to follow up on the thing last night, with Jack Morris, and then obviously it's not the only time something like this has happened. I think before the All-Star game, the Stephen A. Smith thing. What do you kind of make of just those kind of comments? And what do you think it impacts a player at all when there's more of a national conversation that's in a really negative kind of a connotation?
Well, when it comes to impactful, I think you should ask the players themselves. I don't want to speak for them. My take on the whole thing is that the Detroit Tigers reacted the way they wanted to. And I know Jack, and he apologized. That's it. That's where I'm at with the whole situation right now. There was a time when people apologized that it did count. So that's it. The Detroit did react. Jack did apologize, and my interpretation was sincere.
He reached out to you guys, or you directly?
Not at all.
Just on the broadcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Welcome.